Welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes I have baked. I'm Jacob, and today it's time to return to another Friday evening live build. It's been a week since I streamed the last time, and I had a guest. That was the wonderful Lego Maniac. Today, hopefully, Kaz from Blockade UK will be joining us, and I see there's already a comment in the chat, and it says there's a baker building a diner. There's got to be a joke in there somewhere, and I've got to agree, but I just can't think of it right now. Interesting. Interesting. If you come up with a good joke for a baker building a diner, please let me know, and I'll be happy to hear it in the chat. So today I'm continue building the diner. I'm really hoping to get finished today because I've been doing this for quite a while, and I want to move on. The diner is a beautiful set, though, and I really enjoy building it, but I need to get going, which is also why I've started this stream a little... no, it's actually the same time as usual. For some reason, I thought I was starting this stream about half an hour earlier than I do usually, but for a while I've been doing it here at 9:30 in the evening Danish time because it fits me very well. And yeah, so on we go with step 4 for the diner. Yeah, I've got to unpack some bags here. It's going to be a bit crickly crackly, and we're going to see how that goes. Hope it's not too annoying. Yeah, I think I found out last time that the crackling of the bags doesn't you know, it's not too bad in this microphone right here. Over here, this one, this, maybe you can hear this. This is probably annoying. Sorry. Sometimes my beard will probably sort of make some sounds in the microphone, but I can't do very much about that at this point. Haven't figured out to do anything else but have this microphone going. So yeah, here we go. Oops, more Lego. Yes, more lovely Lego. I really like using these trays here because it's a nice way to keep everything separate. It makes it a bit easier to find everything. Oops, sorry. Oops. And sometimes when the building sets this size, finding stuff can be a bit of a difficulty. Now, there we go. Second one. There's been a lot of Lego news. I think the weirdest news or the most surprising news that I found this week was Lego, sending out a message or a press release that it's now forbidden to make custom prints on your minifigures, and it's, as far as I understand, it's something to do with their copyright and trademarks and such, in the sense that if they can't, if people keep printing different kinds of logos and such on their minifigs, I'm guessing it's something like they can't sort of claim that it's theirs, and it's theirs exclusively. So at some point they might lose their trademark, their copyright on the minifigure, which could be problematic for Lego. So I think it's something to do with that, but it's definitely gonna put some people, make some people have some problems with their sig figs and such. And I see we have a visitor. A wonderful visitor has joined us. Here it is. I'll get her up on screen. Hello, it's Blockhead UK. Oh, sorry about this. We'll get you.
Oh, I realise I need to plug my sign in. There we go.
Oh, it's red. Lovely, lovely. And thank you for joining. It's great to see you. Hello. Can you hear me? She's muted. Interesting. I wonder how that happened. She wasn't muted before. Am I muted too? Did somebody say Mayo is Mayo? Oh, I hear myself.
No, it's me. I'm trying to find the volume up button on my new laptop, and it's in a slightly different place. So I clicked the microphone off button instead.
Oh, classic. So
incompetence, pure incompetence. That's what it is.
So, are you enjoying your new laptop?
Yes, I'm enjoying the not having headaches with it not charging properly and being very flaky. I haven't quite put all the old software back on it yet, but I'm kind of doing that as I need it because I couldn't face just sitting there for days on end chucking software on it.
Don't you find that when you switch computers like that, you end up sort of not installing everything and not really noticing that you haven't installed everything?
Yes. Until you're away and you need something, and then you realise the disk is at home. I was like,
yeah. Oh, where is this? Where is this?
Yeah. Mind you, I don't have much these days that isn't available to download.
Sure.
I think there might be one thing I need to get from a CD, but it'll be fine.
Actually, what thing is that?
I'm going to be building this.
Ooh, flowers.
Succulents.
Lovely. Can I do something interesting here with pictures? That's not me. That's you. There we go. Bigger picture. Succulents. Botanical collection. Is this the second? Is this the second or third set with flowers?
Well, third or fourth strictly, because there was the bonsai tree and the bouquet of flowers in the first wave. Actually no, and then there was the bird of paradise, Strelitzia. So that's number 3. So this is 4 and 5. I've also bought recently is the orchid, which I'd like to make as well, but probably not tonight.
That's an orchid, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Very much. And I see Mayo Husko has joined us from Australia, all the way from Australia. It's 5:05 a.m. You're up early, Mayo. That's very early.
Or maybe he's not been to bed at all.
Oh, he's up late.
Dirty rotten stock out, Mayo.
So I was just talking a bit about the whole. I can hear myself from you. But that makes sense.
I can hear you.
Yeah, but I can hear myself from you. I think.
Possibly, but I won't be able to hear you at all if I plug.
All right. Okay, I'll survive. But I was just talking about the whole Lego trying to stop people from printing stuff on their minifigures. On people's own minifigures, which
well, you can print some stuff, but you can't print a logo or something
logos and your own logos and such. I sort of I think I get why on a legal basis, but it's going to mess up a lot of people's sig figs and such, I think. And I'm wondering how when people or organizations or corporations or countries for that matter implement new rules, one of my first questions is always, how will this be policed?
Well, if you want to backpedal slightly, I know why they have come out with this now.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Because I just I got a link somewhere, but I can't immediately find it. That they're trying to protect their trademark. So the design of the minifigure is a trademark that Lego owns, and in order to protect a trademark, you must do everything you can to stop it, if you like, being diluted.
Yeah, so sure.
This is the whole thing with like calling a vacuum cleaner a Hoover generically.
Sure.
So if the minifigure becomes a generic thing, competitors could argue that that means I can make a minifigure or something very similar to a minifigure.
Agreed.
And they've just had a ruling come from a court somewhere, I think it was in Europe, I can't remember, that a competitor had brought a case where they wanted to argue that minifigures were generic already, and therefore they could make some minifigures themselves.
Sure.
Now, the ruling was handed down, no, the minifigure is still an iconic thing. that is protected by trademark, so the third party can't then legally go and make their own. I mean, they still do, but they were trying to contest it so that it would be legal for them to do it.
All right.
And one of the things that they have to then do is to try and, going forward, is to persuade people who might be looking on in judgment in the future that they're doing their all to protect that as being something that is iconic. And one of the things they have to do for that is not have it associated with other people's brands.
Yeah.
Which is why you can't have somebody else's logo on the front.
Yeah, I think I get it on a legal level. I would probably, had I been Lego, I would probably do the same, because losing that trademark doesn't make any sense. So in that way, and good explanation, by the way, much better than I could do. So thank you very much for that. But I
just happen to have seen that judgment on a website recently, so that's the reason I know it's so specific. But it does explain the timing, because the judgment was handed down, and I think the next day or very soon afterwards, Lego came to the LAN and was saying, you can't put this on minifigs anymore.
Yeah, all right. It does make sense, but I am interested in how this will be policed. How will there are so many different events going on where people give out their sig figs and other merchandise with prints on them, and how will they sue every time? If the legal side of this should hold, they should sue every time, or at least issue a cease and desist thing.
I mean, that's usual. I think they'll go for the lowest hanging fruit, which will be the commercial printers. They will come down hard on if they find out they're still printing. So people, I'm not singling out anybody, but somebody like minifigs.me or whoever, they can probably still do their own printing of things like generic clothing on minifigures. But if you ask them to print your company's logo onto a minifigure torso, and they did so, and Lego found out, then I think they would come down on them particularly hard, because they're obviously doing it for a commercial reason.
Indeed.
And making money off it.
Indeed.
Well, you could argue, well, whoever's commissioned it ought to be chastised as well. And that's true, but I doubt they probably won't bother with that. I mean, I'm not giving legal advice, please don't take it that way, but I can't see them pursuing every, to quote a phrase, Tom, Dick and Harry, to get, their stuff protected, because it's just not economically viable for anybody.
No.
But I still think that they may make they've said to things like the Lego user groups, you can't really have your logo on your torsos either. And if people continue to ignore that, I suspect they may make an example of them, and say, well, that's it, you're out of the program.
Indeed.
Which, if you're in the program, you have to obey the rules.
That makes sense.
What you signed up for, so.
Yeah. Again, I do get it. Legal wise, they have to protect their property, because if it becomes a sort of everyman's thing,
sure,
they'll lose. Yeah. Okay, I see different guests showing up. So JKIRL, also tulips and roses. I think that's a reference to your flowers. And
yes,
Kathleen.
Indeed, yes.
Kathleen is saying, hi, everyone, from Houston, Texas. And Mayo Hosco says, sorry, gotta go. I need 5 hours of sleep before live building GWPs. GWPs?
Gifts with purchase.
Ah, yes, indeed. Thank you. And JKIRL says, will they stop selling the wooden minifigures, as that is solely being sold for us third party to decorate as we wish? Oh, you mean the bigger ones, those wooden minifigures? Yeah, interesting question.
Who knows? I mean, you could potentially paint your own logo on that, and
and that's the question. Is that then a minifigure?
Well, I mean, it's made in the image of, isn't it? So
it is. Well,
I
we are
suspect
not.
they would try to argue that it is a minifigure, even though it's not the same dimensions as the regular ones. But
the way that I interpret it, and again, I'm not giving legal advice. I think we should just that's the disclaimer for this whole thing right now. We're not giving legal advice. We're just discussing. But I think the way that I interpret this is you can still print, as you said, clothing or I don't know, wounds or different things on the minifigures, as long as it's not a logo, as long as it's not completely relevant logo. Which then there are several businesses who specialize in exactly that. There are, I believe, I don't remember the company name, but they specialize in making zombie minifigures. And they shouldn't be out of business except for probably a few of their figures, which probably will have their company logo. They can just discontinue those, and they should be safe. The way that I interpret this. So I'm wondering, except for the general those who use them as cards. What do you call those? With your phone number and but business cards. Yes, there are people who use them as business cards with a phone number and everything on them. Those people, of course, they won't be able to do that anymore with minifigures. But I believe the same statement, the same press release said that you could still print on the bricks if you wanted to.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Which of course leaves you that opportunity instead.
Which again goes to the fact that they're trying to protect the minifigure trademark. That's specifically what it's about, rather than generically you can't print stuff on Lego bricks.
But and then again, then the next thing is a thing I've been thinking about just a bit is, let's say I buy a BMW and I paint the big Brick Bakery logo on it. BMW could never, they could never do anything about that. But I guess that's the difference between the minifigure and the BMW, because the BMW is a car. You can't trademark car. Sort of.
No.
A car is a generic thing. They may be able to.
But if you were splashing the BMW logo on stuff that wasn't to do with them, they may get nasty about that. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, it's interesting, understandable, but I can see some sig figs getting, they'll get an overhaul definitely. Our good friend Brixonville of Brixonville will have to do something about his, because it says Brixonville very, very, very loudly on his minifigure, and that should.
Again, he's not in the ambassador program, and he's not a commercial entity as such. Okay, you might make a few bob off a few videos on YouTube, but quite honestly, I can't see them coming after somebody like Stefan. Because
no. I'm not saying.
While, is it?
I'm not saying they'll come after him. I'm just saying, sort of in principle. In principle, his figure should be changed. In principle,
if he wants to play by the rules.
Indeed. Yes. But I'm wondering if this will turn out to another Copa thing for most people.
Maybe.
Sort of
potentially
something that's
storm in a teacup, as we say.
Storm in a teacup. Yes, we have the same expression in Danish, but it's only in storm i glas vand, which means a storm in a glass of water. So
yes,
basically the same. So how are you finding those flowery builds you are doing?
Well, I haven't got far so far, but each one comes in its own little pot.
So is that a pot you build, or is that one big molded piece?
It's a pot you build from regular pieces, and they've each got these Technic axle holes in them. And I think that means that you can join them together as a bigger display. As and how you want to.
Yeah. So that fits well with your Micropolis. Maybe you could.
They would be mutant plants in the Micropolis scale, I think.
Very big mutant plants. Yes. But I don't see how that's a problem. I only see a possibility there.
No. So how are you getting on? Is you doing the roof now, or no? It's the next level up, isn't it?
No, I'm doing the second floor. That would be, and then the roof and the car. I'm really hoping to get done tonight, because I want to get on with the next one. I've got a lot of these lying around.
Sure.
I've got the police station, for instance, and the bookshop and assembly square, which I imagine will take a while longer to build because it is much bigger.
Yeah.
So, and then what? Then perhaps the pirate ship eventually.
You finished one?
I'm sorry?
You finished one?
Wow, you're working quick, working fast.
Not many pieces. I think there's what, half a dozen? No, there's 9 different models.
Oh, okay.
And only 700 pieces, so they're not that big.
Oh,
really.
I thought it was much bigger from that box you showed me. I thought this was a much bigger set.
Here we go. So I built that one at the front there.
Ah, I see.
I mean, some of the plants are bigger, but they're all on the same. I think it's a 6x6 footprint. So nice little shape.
A nice little shape, indeed. But. So
I'm about to start revamping my city behind me.
Yeah, you are doing. Hey, Steve Pulder, great to see you, my friend. Yeah, you've been doing the whole Ninjago thing.
This is what the room's like at the minute.
Ooh, give me a sec. I'll do the shifting of cameras thing. There we go.
Empty-ish.
Empty-ish.
And up there, I'm going to be putting. Can't do this one-handed. Going to be putting some of the modulars from over there up on the shelf. I have another shelf like that in another room that some of the others will go to.
Yeah.
And that will hopefully leave me with all of that background there as expansion for Ninjago, which I've pretty much already got things to fill it with.
So you got some Ninjago City mocks lying around.
I wouldn't say lying around. They're currently blocking most of the floor space in my living room. And the idea was to basically, it's the one and only time that they will all be out next to each other in one place, because there's not enough room in this room to do that.
Okay.
And the idea is eventually, I finished the last mock for filling in the area that I want to at the moment. The other day. I haven't yet had time to run a video around it to do the video because I've had other things to do. And then yesterday, a very nice Lego set arrived that I've got to review in the next couple of weeks. So eventually I'll do the video and then things will start coming back up here. But I do need to have that bit clear first before I can bring things back into places that were previously occupied by other things. So it might take me a while.
And when Cass is saying that she's got to do a review, it's because she's a writer for what's it called? New Elementary. Oh, I said it before you. So she's doing reviews for that website, and that's why you are doing a review. Can you reveal anything about what set it is?
I couldn't possibly comment, Jacob.
Okay. You might think.
No. I couldn't possibly comment.
Okay, seems interesting that you could not comment on that. I don't know what to say at this point because I feel that I might step on some boundaries. But
it's an out of this world set.
Yes, I can imagine. And would you say that you have the space to do your review?
I think I have enough space.
That's good. So you wouldn't need to go to.
I mean, no. To be honest, I think it's fine to say
that's
that,
good.
you know,
All
I've
right.
got it. I just can't
Yeah.
tell you anything about it. So
No, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't press you any further then. Is it getting good?
so far, I'm liking what I've done. I've built 2 bags of it, so yeah.
Okay. That's good. So
Trouble is, it's not just build it and then, you know, that's it. I've got to think about which parts are either new or rare
yeah,
as I'm building it,
and that's
so
the
that I can take
that's
pictures.
yeah, that's the interesting thing about New Elementary, and the way
Yes.
they do things. You do things. The focus on the new pieces and how to maybe use them in different ways.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any difficulties while reviewing a set in actually coming up with an idea based on those new parts?
Sometimes it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what did I build recently?
I don't know.
I can't
The
remember.
Friends thing.
The Friends house. I was looking at that for ages, thinking I really enjoyed the way that things had been built already with the set, and so I find when it's been done really well. I won't say there's nothing more to do with it, but you know, my kind of inspiration is slightly lacking because I think, well, I quite like it like that already, you know. So
Alright.
it can get a bit funny, but no, yeah, I just left it a little while to think about it, and then made a couple of small things out of it afterwards. So yeah, it's not too bad. But
we're getting a couple of questions. First off, JKRL is totally changing the subject. He says, "Where did you get your blue shirt?" That's you, Cass, I think. As
well,
I'm not wearing blue, so.
talking of trademarks and the like, no, I got it from Amazon, from a t-shirt shop that used to be run by Kevin Hinkle, and the t-shirts, his business partner, Bricks on the Dollar.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, Kevin has recently gotten out of the hobby altogether.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I don't know whether he's still doing the t-shirts or whether Bricks on the Dollar is still doing the t-shirts, to be honest. So
I think I've seen similar t-shirts elsewhere, which have those sort of concept or blueprint drawings of different Lego sets. So I think it should be possible to get something, maybe not that one specifically, but something that's very close to or equivalent in some way, shape, or form. But it might require some Googling around.
Well, I mean, if you go to bricksonthedollar.com, I think they had links to the t-shirts. They're a US company, but they'd finally gotten around to opening a t-shirt web store on Amazon UK, which meant I could order it directly from Amazon UK and not have to pay exorbitant shipping. But they may, I mean, don't know where you are, but you might be okay with being in the US already. But it wasn't going to be a cheap thing until they finally opened the UK version of the store for me. So
Indeed. And also a question from Steve Poulder. Jacob, are you building the diner straight out of the directions or modifying it? I'm building it straight out of the directions. I don't know. I feel a bit, I don't know what's the word, iffy maybe, modifying the official modulars, because I usually like them very, very much. Sort of in my mind, I could, I do have ideas that I might want to, do, but essentially I feel uncomfortable modifying those. I don't know, maybe some sort of deep felt need to keep things complete, which doesn't really make any sense, but I think it's something like that sort of comes in the way of me doing modifications to stuff like this. So yeah, I'm just building it unmodified out of the box. I do build mocks though, and they will be in my city, so it'll be a good mix, I think. So yeah,
I was a bit like that to begin with, not wanting to modify anything, but eventually I decided that was daft, and I don't tend to. I tend to just
What, you're calling me
sort of
daft?
add things to the interior more than modifying the outside. So just making more detailed interiors, and I think for the assembly square, I've got a little sort of made a little balcony on top of a terrace at the back, and then the Parisian restaurant in the roof. There's a full apartment and things like that. So rather than necessarily just doing anything much to the outside, which, like you say, is very attractive already.
Indeed.
I tend to then just add things to the interiors.
I think for me, it's also something about as long as my city is not filled, I see no real reason not to build full mocks instead of modifying existing sets. Does that make any sense? So you're sort of filling up everything, and then when everything is filled, and you want to say, okay, now I want everything to be custom stuff.
Yep.
Then maybe go for modifying existing or
that's the Jang method, isn't it? He's doing that as well, I think.
Oh yeah, I think he might. And I think somebody like Jarvis Bricks is very much into just building them once and then modifying everything, building something completely different out of the pieces from a set, which is a great thing.
I haven't managed to dismantle a modular yet and use it for something completely different.
Seems wrong to me.
Like I said, I've added to them, but I haven't dismantled them and then used the bits.
Oh.
Even the ones I'm not mad about. I mean, the bookshop's nice, but it's a bit smaller compared to some of them.
Yeah, isn't it?
And the garage, I'm not mad about the garage either, to be honest. I got it when it was on discount, so I didn't pay full price for it. But I mean, it's okay, but it's just not as nice as some of the others in my book. But I still can't bring myself to take it apart.
All right. Yeah. Oh, I see. JKRL is telling us that he's in Italy, but he's not Italian. He's Irish. Well, then you could maybe order it from the shirt. He was the one asking about the shirt. Maybe you could order it from the UK Amazon.
Although then he's got problems with customs, possibly.
In my mind, I imagine he comes back to Ireland once in a while, and he could have it shipped there. But that's just me.
But that's still a customs border now.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
sadly.
So let's say no, but let's say you have parents living in Ireland.
Yes.
You order it from the UK Amazon, who ships it to Ireland, and you go home from Italy to Ireland to visit your olden parents, and you see them in there, and then you take the shirt with you away.
There's still likely to be a customs charge on that first shipping from the UK to Ireland. Because that's in the EU and we're not in the EU.
It's true. It's true. That's what the whole thing was about.
Started.
That's true. Yeah. Now I get it. Yeah, sure. It's just.
And unfortunately, sometimes those shipping costs and customs charges are really ridiculous.
They are high, aren't they?
Yeah. So I would look into it, but don't be surprised if you might get charged 50% of the value of whatever you're buying or more.
It's crazy, just because of something crossing an imaginary line. It's going to be more expensive. Oh, but anyway, I see that Steve Poulter has said something. There are a couple of official modulars I really like and can't modify, but I've modified a few now. I turned my diner into a 7-story skyscraper. I'm kind of like Jarvis Bricks as well, he says. Turning your diner into a 7-story skyscraper sounds like you need several diner sets in my mind, unless it's a very slim one, a very slim 7-story skyscraper. But it sounds cool. Is it so, Steve? Is it the diner sort of exterior still just sort of with 7 floors, or is it something completely unique? Let us know, because I'd like to see that. Actually, if it's whatever it is, I would like to see it. Sounds pretty cool.
Spiky.
Viking. Oh, spiky.
Spiky.
So it's a
Spiky.
Viking. But also Viking. Yes, it's true.
I told my other half I was coming onto half a Viking stream, and he said, "Oh, you need to get a horned hat." And I'm like, "No,
we don't do that."
Even they say that the Vikings didn't wear those silly hats. That would be cultural appropriation.
And a little offensive as well. It's just yeah, it's true. But it is a good sort of, what do you say? It's a good icon for something. It's very sort of, it's very wearable. Is that the word?
Yes. I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Depends on the helmet you're getting, I imagine.
I think he was after buying the most ridiculous one he could find for me, but I was like, no.
Sure.
No, it'll be fine.
Something made of plastic, I'm sure, which has very sharp edges because it's in a mold and hasn't really been filed or sanded in any way. It's going to be annoying. The
kind of thing that my mother would call planet garbage. And she's absolutely right.
Planet garbage.
Yes.
Okay.
Ends up in landfill after one wear, kind of thing.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, it's true. I'll agree with her on that. Planet garbage. Yeah. No two minds about it, I think. Yeah. And Steve Pulder says, my diner is the first floor, then 6 custom floors. I do have a video of it. Steve Pulder, I will check it out because that sounds amazing. Feel free to put the link in the chat if you want to. That would be fine. Cass is the only moderator here, so I don't think it'll get moderated.
But the thing is, I'm not actually looking at YouTube.
Oh, you're not looking at the tube.
I'm looking at Restream, so... So
I have no idea how to moderate then. I will have to go to YouTube myself. Let me know if it doesn't show up.
I tell you.
Excuse me?
It's a lawless place tonight.
It is.
The Wild West.
Or East, depending on where you are, of course.
Yes, indeed.
There was another piece of Lego news that I was actually a bit interested in. What was that? It was not the UCS sets, even though those are interesting. It was something else. I don't remember that now.
I cannot read your mind, sir.
You should. Come on. Why are you not trying? Try harder. Read my mind more.
It's not working, Jacob.
Come on. Take yourself together.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm at that place where I can't find a brick, and I'm probably going to find it when I'm getting really mad about not being... There we go. There it was.
Look harder.
Yeah, indeed. Look again. Yeah, not sure how to post a link. I'm on YouTube right now as well. I'll have to exit the live and come back. No, don't stay. We'll find it, Steve. We'll find it. Just stick around. That's what. No, none of that. Running around for links. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I think I'm building the music studio right now. I really like that detail in this set.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I think that's a great idea. And that Elvis-esque rock and roll guy is way cool.
He is way cool, yes.
He is way cool. Love it. I think that's one of the things I'm pretty amazed with these modulars or Lego sets in general, is the amount of reference work that's often in them. Both new and old stuff, and sometimes you really have to sort of know something very particular to get.
Sometimes a bit like watching a children's movie where or TV show where the people that have written it have written it with jokes in that the adults who have to watch it as well will still get.
Yeah, we'll get. Yeah. And maybe get as the only ones in the crowd.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I remember I played some of those Lego video games, and I remember in the Indiana Jones one, there's a secret room you can enter, and there's piles and piles of satellite dishes. You know, the ones that people put on their houses to get
Yeah.
TV from
Yeah.
afar. And in the Indiana Jones setting, you know, sort of, which is a sort of a 1930s adventure thing, you think that doesn't really make any sense. But it's
Yeah.
only if you are sort of well into the behind the scenes stuff, because those are there because they had to remove about 300 of those satellite dishes when they filmed the thing from the city in which they did it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very
that's,
clever.
yeah, indeed. So you have this reference, which is a deep cut beyond belief. You really have to be into having watched all that behind the scenes material on the DVDs
Sure.
and such to really get that one. I thought,
Yes. I don't think I would have got it.
no, I knew about the story beforehand, so I was amazed. I thought that was immensely funny.
Yeah.
I even had to stop the game and get some people to see, look what they did. You know, this is funny, and they were like, "What? What's funny? No,
What?
you don't get it. It's the thing. It's the thing from the thing when they did the thing."
What's Jacob raving about? They said.
You guys aren't cool, I said, and walked away angrily.
In disgust.
Yeah. Puh, push, push. All I
Call
said.
yourself a nerd.
Yeah. I hereby revoke your nerd license. And
Yes.
your permission to nerd. No more nerding for you, my friend. Give me that. Oh, I see Brickman. Hello, Brickman. He's Hungarian. Welcome. And the Jammy Bricker is here too. Love the diner part of the build, but would love a bigger diner. Saving up parts to give it a try. Yeah, that sounds great. So maybe, maybe having two sets. And I think there was a channel. There was a guy who specialized in sort of scaling everything up, where he got 8 sets of one and then just build one big version of it. I mean,
sometimes I could, a couple of sets as an extension often does look really nice. But I think sometimes when you go to 8 sets or whatever, you kind of just lose the proportions that were there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what I mean. It's
if you go up rather than out, which a lot of them do, they seem to just have the same footprint but then make this enormous skyscraper. And sometimes it works, and sometimes I just look at it and think, nah, the proportions were better when it was just, 1 or 2 sets would have been fine.
Yeah. I think one that works well for that, one of the modulars that work well for that is the bank part of the brick bank. That one can look pretty good if you just extend it upwards and just keep going for 6, 8, 10 floors or something like that, depending on your wallet, of course.
Indeed.
But that one can look good because it's got that repetition going already, as it is. So I think that one can look good at that. But I imagine some of the others would look weird if you just continue the footprint and then upwards. Yeah, I think I agree on your point.
Well, I won't say they all look weird, but certainly some of them do look a bit strange.
I heard you said they all look weird.
Twisting my words again, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
never. I'll be editing a YouTube short where you clearly say that they all look weird from this live stream. Well, they all look weird.
I've done it wrong. I've done it wrong.
Have you done it wrong?
I've done it wrong. Only a bit wrong. Wrong enough to have to take a few things apart, though.
Why would you do it wrong?
Because I'm incompetent, I told you.
Well, it's good to know.
Why would I deny the truth?
I don't know. Why would you deny the truth? Truth? Why would you deny the truth?
The truth. Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Indeed. Have you ever been a part of that dinner for one thing?
No,
Oh, you don't even know what that is, do you?
no.
No,
What is Jacob raving about? I ask myself.
it's a TV sketch. It's about, I think, 10 minutes long. It's aired every New Year's Eve here in Denmark, and it's, I
Oh,
think, from 1970
you've
something.
you've spoken about it before, but I couldn't remember that's what it was
No,
called.
black and white. Famous
Right.
English comedian from 1940, 1950, doing a wonderful part as a butler who's getting progressively more and more drunk while serving dinner for a sort of a very posh lady. Um, yeah, it's a New Year's Eve tradition here in Denmark, and I don't really know why, because it has nothing to do with New Year's Eve. In Danish, it's called 9 years, no, birthday, 9 years birthday,
Yes, I've just
and
looked it up actually.
in English it's dinner for one. Uh,
Butler struggles to help his employer celebrate her 90th birthday by
Indeed,
acting out the parts of her dear departed drinking friends at an annual dinner party.
it is
The
quite.
ensuing mishaps provide unpredictably funny results. Apparently, it's a German film.
Yes and no. It was filmed in Germany, produced by Germans, but it's in English.
Oh, okay.
I believe I've heard once in a while that there is another version of it. If it's been filmed in German as well, I'm not sure, but
Okay.
some other version I think would exist.
Oh yeah, here we go. Dinner for One, also known as the 90th birthday, German, der 19. Geburtstag,
Indeed.
is a two-hander comedy sketch written by British author Laurie Wiley for the theatre.
Hmm.
German TV broadcaster Neudeutscher Rundfunk recorded the sketch in 1962 as an 18-minute black and white videotape recording. Oh, the young'uns won't know what that is.
Nice.
Performed by British comedians Freddie Frinton and May Warden. Now, I don't know those names. They must be, well, 1963 is a lot older than
Indeed.
me. So,
All right.
yeah, it's become traditional viewing on New Year's Eve in European countries such as Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Denmark, yay,
Indeed. There we
Sweden,
go.
Finland, and Estonia.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Norwegians watch it on the 23rd of December. God knows why.
I have no idea. Oh, we're getting a lot of comments, Cass. We got to keep up with all those
Pay
comments.
attention, pay attention.
There's a so Steve Polder has put the link so we can watch that. That's cool. Thank you, Steve. And Jamie Bricker says there's a good double mock of two of the hotels put together. Oh, that's the corner hotel. That sounds interesting. Steve Polder
I've
says,
seen several different versions of that with more than one set. That is one that does look good with more than one, actually.
yeah, two towers would be interesting in that one, I think. Steve Polder
I built
says,
mine backwards.
oh yeah, you mirrored it.
Yes.
Yeah, that is interesting as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I could manage that. It's simply too hard for me.
It's not
Steve,
something I could have built whilst on a live stream.
Steve
I have to pay
Polder
attention.
says, I also did an alt build of the police station. I took two sets and reinvented them as a donut shop headquarters skyscraper. That sounds good.
Sounds
But
fun.
otherwise, the modulars don't always look good, built super high. Just duplicates of the original. All right, yeah. And Jamie Bricker, I'm going to have the classic Batman and Robin climbing up the police station like in the 1960s show. High rises of people looking out windows beg a Batman and Robin climb. Yeah, I agree. Except that a good Batman and Robin climb should, of course, be done horizontally and not vertically, because that is the way they filmed it. So I think that would be.
Secrets, Jacob.
Oh, I love those Adam West. Them climbing up the pipe. It's when you watch it now. When I was a child watching those, I couldn't figure that one out. That they just tilted the camera. But now it's so obvious it hurts.
Blindingly obvious.
Yeah. And
You've
I
just
think
ruined the magic for all of the viewers now.
no, that's the charm. The badness of it. That's the charm. Not the badness, but the badness. The badness is also the charm. Yeah.
How are you getting on with yours?
Excuse me?
How are you getting on with your build?
Slowly, but surely, onwards.
Langsom.
Yeah, langsom. That's true. That's Danish and means slowly.
German, in fact.
I'm doing that thing where I find all the pieces before I build the next step, which is
That's not
usually
a bad move, particularly on a live stream, because it's easy to miss things otherwise.
extremely, which is why I usually do that on my live streams. Had it been a more casual build with less pressure, I would probably just go. But I like to do it like this. So that is what I am doing. I do like it. The music studio is very nice.
That's nice.
Ooh, it looks like one of those. It looks like when you make an onion. You know, when you take an onion and you dip it in dough and then you fry it.
Mm.
And you sort of make. I think it's called. I think it's called bloomin' onion because you cut it like that, and it'll, sort of bloom because you cut it that way, and it'll bloom.
Never heard of that one. It's intriguing, though.
I've mostly heard of it. I haven't eaten it, but I have seen it and thought it would be worth eating.
Yes. You maybe need to try it next time you have guests.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I should include my guests on something that tastes good,
Charming. Absolutely charming. Is this why you don't have any guests, Jacob?
That's why I don't have any friends at all.
No.
Why do you think
I'm streaming on a Friday night?
Yes, it's streaming. Exactly. I was just about to say that. Why do you think I'm streaming on a Friday night?
Hello.
Hey. Well, I have important friends, and I know how to friend. I can friend all the time if I want to. I just don't want to.
Just choose to be miserable and on your own.
Yeah. Well, you're here with me.
Oh, this is true. We're miserable together. There we go. Yeah. 3 attached.
Oh. So is there sort of a key to what plants these are?
That one yet? No, I don't know whether they're meant to be anything specific or just a feeling of plantiness, if you know what I mean.
Sort of the essence of plant.
I mean, this is what they put in the instructions, which is some classic type of succulents.
It's not very helpful, is it, to identify what kind it is?
There's some cacti.
Hi, friends. Eat some onions. Just don't breathe on me, says Steve Poulter. Yes.
This is wise advice.
Hello, friends. I've baked some onions for you. Now get out.
I'm going to mute while I tip the bags out.
Yeah, please. So when Cass mutes, she can't hear anything, I think, but she knows she can. So I can't speak anything bad about her. And now you can see on her face that she can hear me. But
Jacob, I can hear everything that you're saying. You just can't hear me.
It's annoying how that works, isn't it? Should be different. Should be funnier. But what I would like to ask Cass once she's back, I don't know if she can say that because of her, she can tell us because of her reviewer job, but the UCS spaceship, I would, of course, have asked you, are you getting that? I think
the UCS spaceship. It isn't. If you're talking about the new Galaxy Explorer, that's not really a UCS spaceship.
I heard people call it UCS, but anyway, you know which one I mean.
Yes, I do.
So my question for you would have been, are you going to get it? And your answer would be?
My answer would be as soon as I'm able to order it.
Yeah.
Even though I do have one sitting
Yeah.
downstairs half built.
Are you gonna order one
Oh.
more?
Yes, probably.
Ooh, for what
Because,
purpose?
well, I don't know if did you manage to watch any of the Lego Con videos or not?
I managed to watch some of it, and then I couldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There was a designer video that was used to introduce the fact that they're going to release the model.
Indeed.
And in that, they hinted that you could, as well as the upscaled 928, which is the biggest of the 3 ships.
Sure.
They're going to be releasing instructions, I think, online only.
Okay.
For building the other 2, so the middle-sized one and the smaller one, which they also had built and were on the video.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, from the brief look that I've had at the video and what I know to be in the set, you can't build. You need 1 set per ship, I think.
Yeah, so you can't build everything for 1 set.
No, because I mean, all of them, for instance, have got the lovely classic space logo on the front, and that's on a tile, and you only get 1 of those in the set. So unless you can get that part separately, which for the moment you won't be able to until some people have possibly bought the set and parted it out for Bricklink or whatever.
Indeed.
Or it might appear on Bricks and Pieces eventually, but not very quickly, probably.
Right.
You know, you're going to need at least 1 set to build each ship, but at the moment those instructions aren't available.
But aren't you going to end up with a lot of extra bricks if you buy 1 set for every?
Yes, I guess you would.
Which,
but then,
of course, isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Extra bricks, you know.
Yeah, you can use it, of course.
Problem, extra bricks is extra bricks.
And that's true. Jacob, have you used any unique lights in your new Lego room to offset color fading on your bricks? The answer is no. I haven't. I'm going to put up a curtain at some point so the sunlight won't damage the bricks. But other than that, I haven't done anything in particular. I'm fairly certain that the light bulbs in the ceiling lights isn't LEDs, because that would be the correct way to go, I'm fairly sure. And the studio lights I'm using are definitely not LEDs. Eventually, I will be buying some not soft boxes, but LED equivalents of soft boxes, which should be good for the bricks. Yeah. But other than that,
I mean, the amount of time you're in there, I don't think it's going to be a big issue in the short term. So
no. And you know, to some extent, you can't. 2, 3, 4. All right, you can. You know, there is a bricks will be used and they will be worn. So eventually, things will have to be changed anyway, something like that. So yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to do much about that. But
more forestman hat. More forestman hat.
Interesting use of forestman hats. Alternative instructions might be a QR code like the Sith art Darth Vader was. Oh, Jacob, you're echoing. Yeah, actually, it's not me echoing. It's Kaz. It's Kaz's new computer that produces echoes because it's awesome. But yeah. I know that Lego is getting big on the whole extra instructions via QR code. So I'm pretty sure that more instructions for the space set would be QR codes.
Interesting. I have echo cancellation on apparently, but
what happens when you turn it off?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's only periodically, so I don't think we should do too much about it. There's always a danger of things getting even worse. but I can hear myself
that's
too once in a while. It's true.
a good call with the QR code. I'll have a look at the instruction booklet and see if I can see anything.
Do it. This and then I'm looking for bricks. If you are interested.
You're always looking for bricks, Jacob.
Yeah, I am. I'm totally lost in bricks.
If you ever need a new name for your channel, Lost in Bricks could be
Lost in Bricks would be good. Yeah. That's okay. I'm changing everything now. Channel name, Lost in Bricks. And you know, the letter rhyme with Lost in Lego would be wonderful, but I'm fairly certain at some point, you know, Lego would do something about a channel being called Lost in Lego. Or that might just be my paranoia. Who knows? Echo stopped. Indeed.
Yes. You can't use the L word in your channel. That's for sure.
My first idea for a name for my channel was Lego Lunacy, because I like that.
Yeah, that would have suited you.
But fairly quickly, I realized that that's probably not gonna roll very well with Lego.
There we go. Another one.
Ooh, you're being very, very quick. They are very nice.
This has probably only got 30 parts in it. Come on.
All right, come where?
There's a whole other bouquet, or the orchid I can start on later if need be.
Need will be.
As you're carrying on to the bitter end, are you, for this one?
Today I will finish this. I have decided that no matter come rain or shine, come cold weather in my basement, whatever, I will finish this. Not that I'm tired of it as such, but I just want to finish.
Yes.
I think it's interesting to see how they use all the techniques and such. But I'm also interested in seeing what techniques are in the next set.
Impatient for techniques.
Yes, indeed, very much so. Very much so. I've got technique impatience. If that's a thing, is that a thing?
Is it? I don't know. If you say so.
I say so. I say so.
It must be true then. It must
Indeed.
be true.
Indeed, everything I say is true. So there was two sets that's really worth talking about. The one is spaceship, and you've already got one. You're going to get another. How about castle?
I think the castle looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Castle has never been my thing. I never had any as a kid, so I don't have any of that nostalgia for it.
No.
And I don't have enough money for it, and I don't have enough room for it. So
when you're going to buy it, you say?
No, the castle will be a no. I've already got two of the Creator 3-in-1 castles. You know that one that was out, that I will be using for Ninjagofication. So it will be sitting on Ninjago it up. It'll be sitting on water eventually. But that, that's the project that I would be doing, I think, rather than getting another one.
Okay, I get that. I have.
It's £350.
Yeah, it does seem quite steep, doesn't it? Oh. Castle is 4 times price of the spaceship, says JKIRL. Yeah, that's about right, I think. It's quite a price point. I'm fairly certain I won't get it, but the secret is I've actually, through my extensive search on different secondhand stores and such, I've actually managed to find an almost complete version of one of the old grey castles. And I think I need something like 10 or 15 individual bricks to finish that up. And I'm a little, I want to use period accurate pieces because everything else is period accurate. So getting those, they have a different sound when you click them together. the bricks of that period. They are sort of more sharp, more sort of ringing tone to them when you ruffle them about. And I want that to be all of them. I could easily replace it with modern day bricks. I'm fairly certain.
That's what Bricklink is for, my friend.
Indeed. But I'm also fairly certain, I haven't looked into it too much, but I'm fairly certain that it could be a bit pricey replacing those 15 pieces, because of course it's not, 2 1x4s and 1 1x6. It's something completely.
No, it depends what they are. You may be surprised.
I'm never surprised.
If those parts have been in a fair few other sets as well.
That's true.
They might not really be that expensive. So
that's true.
I wouldn't panic about it immediately.
I will panic it. I will just panic. That's all I ever do.
Am I right to panic, he says.
Yeah. Can buy 3 spaceships and save €100 instead of buying the castle. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And being a child of the classic space era rather than the castle. Well, I mean, they were concurrent, but as I said, I never had any castles as a kid, and it wasn't really my thing. So.
Yeah, it's interesting how they cater to that nostalgia, but it does make sense, I think, and also makes sense that they make such a big castle set for grown-ups, because it's probably only grown-ups who will ever actually afford it, or I don't know if they'll actually afford it. They'll use the money on it. Children don't have that kind of money, do they?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
No, not usually.
No. Not any children I know. If they do, I steal their money. No, that's not true.
No, just steal the Lego. It's less
steal
traceable.
The Lego. Yeah, let them buy the Lego and then steal it.
Exactly. Now you have it.
Yeah, I know what's up.
It's another risk. What, you don't have any friends, Jeff?
It's interesting how we're approaching more and more explanations for that.
It is.
Yeah.
For your sociopathy.
Hey, I'm not a sociopath.
You know I don't mean it.
Yes, and I don't know you mean it. So no Lego castle for you, basically.
Correct.
Yeah, I think no Lego castle for me either. I am very much still considering getting the Barracuda Bay, because I haven't managed to get that one yet.
It's still available, because I've been thinking about that and I haven't seen it anywhere. I thought it had been and gone.
Well, I think it might be up, individual stores.
Right.
Toy stores might still be having it in their.
Are there many independent stores in Denmark that sell them, or?
Yeah, we have the good old BR Toys, who carry Lego and have their sort of. They have a sort of an in-store Lego shop, more or less, and they do sell Lego. And they have at least carried the Barracuda Bay set as well.
I'm pretty sure it's not available from Lego.com anymore. So.
Yeah, it is annoying how quickly they disappear, isn't it? It is, of course, creating, that want in people.
Yes. Artificial scarcity.
Yeah. But, of course, Bricklink, you could probably also find
depending what it is, I don't normally buy whole sets from Bricklink.
I bought the Ghostbusters fire station on Bricklink when they announced that they would discontinue it.
Okay.
Because I could still get it for retail price at a certain shop.
Right.
So I thought that would be great, because I had actually thought about getting it from a Danish shop who sold Lego cheaply. And just when they announced that they would discontinue that set, the price went up to double in that shop. So I thought, no.
That's cheeky.
It is. fairly certain that they knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh yeah, usually.
Yeah. Usually. I think I'm building a big tape recorder. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I believe that is one of the things in there.
That is one of the things in there. I don't know if I would consider them to be light blue regularly, but all right. It's a more interesting color than the black they would usually be. Yeah.
I've done it wrong again.
What again?
I know.
Can you even do anything right?
No, not really.
But will you try to do anything right?
Frequently.
Oh, okay. This is for some reason taking a lot of my focus. I don't know why, because it's not that complicated. Maybe I'm getting stupider.
Is it Friday brain fog?
Brain fog. I thought you said brain frog.
Well, I mean, you can have a frog if you like, but
yeah, love this. This is great. It's a nice tape recorder.
But I have attempted to fix my stupidity.
Well, that was easy.
If only it was that easy all the time, eh?
I was just about to say it depends, of course, on how stupid you are.
Oh, very stupid, my friend.
On a scale from a lot to very much.
Yes. What? No.
Yes. What? No. Okay. Seems.
I was agreeing and then realising what you'd said. It's fine.
I'm a bit of a jerk. That's what it is.
With friends like these.
Yeah. How would you ever need any cousins? Is that the saying?
Enemies, my friend. Enemies.
Oh, enemies. Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about Vienna. Yeah, that's true.
Vienna. I love the way that Danish is Vienna, which would really translate as fiend in English.
Yeah. Which is
not my friend, you're my fiend.
I'm a fiend. Yes. Yeah. Well, it is Danish. We do have weird stuff. Do you know that thing where you can't find a brick?
Look harder.
Yeah, I am looking very hard. My eyes are straining with the pressure of looking for a brick. Oh, it's right here.
Is it in front of your face?
No, it's very far away from my face. Very hard to spot. You couldn't have spotted it even if you tried.
I think it was in front of your face.
No, it wasn't. It's definitely not in front of my face.
Tell you what, these petals are a pain in the neck to try and get fit properly.
What's a pain in the neck?
These petals to get fitted.
Ah,
because they don't fit.
I thought you said pastels.
No.
Which would be cool. These pastels won't go in.
There we are. You've got to kind of offset them a little bit before they'll all go together. Like that.
Oh, but it looks.
But until you realise that, it just doesn't happen. And you're sitting there cursing.
But it looks nice.
It does.
So, are you looking forward to coming to the SFW?
I am. Yes.
What are you bringing, by the way? Are you bringing any Lego?
Probably habitats, I think.
Okay.
On the grounds that they're small enough to transport relatively sensibly.
Makes sense. And how many will you be bringing?
I'm going to bring the monochromes, I think.
In the hopes of winning the competition.
There's a competition?
Isn't there always a competition?
I don't know. No idea.
Well, Isn't there always a sort of they hand out prizes for the best builds or something?
Well, they do at some shows. I mean, they certainly do at some of the big American shows, but it's not that much of a popular thing in the UK.
Huh. Yeah.
I mean, just not in the same way that you might have the best modular and the best, the best microscale and the best train or whatever. Occasionally, one of the shows I go to occasionally has a. The punters will vote. The people who come and look at it will vote, and then they also have the other exhibitors will vote on whose they think is best. But that's it. I mean, it's not really a big thing made of it. So I don't know, to be honest. I really wasn't sort of that much into the scene in 2019 when I came.
All right.
I didn't really know what was going on.
Well, I just remember them handing out prizes and not winning any. So that's what I remember.
Well, did you exhibit anything, Jacob?
No, but that doesn't
You've got
mean
to be in it to win it, my friend.
What is this? Why are things so difficult?
You can't just sit there and expect glory.
I can.
Well, you can expect all you want, but you won't get.
JKIRL is saying Jacob is not a sociopath, but he does have a lot of minifigures in his basement.
It's true. It's very true.
I don't know what that means. Is that bad?
You're a minifigure path? I don't know.
Minifig path.
Yeah.
Sounds weird.
There we go. Oh, another layer.
Oh, so there's 2 layers. Layers.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
So you watch me destroy it when I put it into the little holder it's in.
No, we won't watch you destroy it. Don't destroy it.
You won't watch me because it's off camera. There we go. Ta-da!
Ooh, that looks like a rose. In some way.
It's a rose or one of the other succulents, but anyway, it looks pretty, so I don't really mind what it is.
The one thing you should never say to a woman. Well, you look pretty, but I don't know.
About plastic plants, Jacob, that's different.
All right, okay. Yeah, well, I'm not giving any, relationship advice. Just like legal advice, not giving that either. So.
Yeah, I mean, look how disastrous that would be. The legal advice, I mean.
Yeah, okay. I thought the other thing. 6. So.
I tell you what, I did see recently at. Was it Brickworld Chicago has been on recently, hasn't it? I wasn't there. I just saw the post on Instagram.
Okay.
And there was a collaboration for making vehicles for the big plushy spacemen.
Oh yeah.
Like these. I'll get it right in the end.
Yeah.
And somebody made a buggy that they could sit in, and a remote control buggy that they could drive. And somebody else made a Segway, which was fabulous.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm looking at them going, my plushie wants a Segway now.
Yeah. But they were made from Lego.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
It's very cool. So when will you be doing that?
I don't know. Add it to the long list of things I have on my must build sometime plate.
I think you should just do it now. Just
now. Right now.
Do it. Come on.
Suspect it will probably need quite a few specialist parts that I don't have.
Well, maybe. I haven't. So that was Brickworld Chicago?
Yeah, I think it was Brickworld Chicago. That was 2 weekends ago, and I think last weekend was Brick Rodeo. Rodeo, however they say it. Rodeo.
You're very, very well informed about this.
I just look at Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty cool, actually. Who do you follow to find that?
Lots of different Lego accounts on Instagram. I don't really follow anybody else apart from a couple of friends who are not into Lego.
Okay. Because for some reason I have a tendency to miss that, and I'm coming to the SFW just like you, but I've never ever managed to figure out how you actually register anything for it. The
Have
website.
you signed up on the website?
No, I haven't. I tried once. The first time I went, I tried to sign up on the website, but I don't know if it was working right or I was just too stupid to figure it out. But it really seemed very sort of what do you call that, when you sort of have to know stuff in advance to know how to do things.
Yeah. I will give you the fact that the website is not exactly intuitive.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. So if you go to fanweekend.dk,
yeah,
you then go. I think there's somewhere to register, and when you've registered and said this is my email address and this is who I am or whatever, you then have to register again for the forum or create an account on the forum.
Oh.
And it's only when you're in the forum part of the website
that you're actually getting messages and such.
You actually get information about how to register mocks and what the timetable is and all the rest.
That's probably what I missed.
Yeah.
Because I do remember vividly registering once.
I mean, how did you get the ticket? Because you have to pay for the ticket, don't you?
Yeah, well, I just paid at the entrance.
Right. I don't know if they're doing pay on entry tickets now due to COVID. I don't know. Don't know what the situation is.
I hope they do. I haven't heard anything else. Not in the official.
I mean, if you bring something to display, you don't need to pay to get in anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is why I've never
paid to get in.
Get in.
I'm getting so much information.
I've been once, so I'm no expert, but this is the one time I went. This is what happened.
Yeah, well, I'm learning so much stuff. I never. I don't know. For some reason, I've never really considered displaying anything. Maybe partly out of modesty, or out of not trusting my own abilities very much. So
imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Well,
probably.
I mean, you have got mocks now, haven't you? Maybe when you went in 2019, you didn't have so many.
No, that's probably true.
Mocks.
Mocks. No, that's true. I didn't have as much as I do now, at least.
But if you are going to display, then you need to set up on the Friday and have it there for 2 days and do the whole weekend kind of thing, which is great. But if that's not possible, then
that is exactly not possible for me.
Yeah.
So, which is another reason why I haven't really gone into the whole displaying things, because I would have to take a day off or two, and that's not viable for me at this point. So yeah. But I am looking forward to going there. Are you meeting up with people that you know in advance, or?
Well, I mean, some folks from my lug will be going, I'm sure. There's also lots of people that, as I say, the first time I went, I really wasn't that into the scene. I didn't know many people apart from the people in my own Lego user group. But having been on Instagram and YouTube and other stuff, and then being on part of New Elementary, there's an awful lot of people I now might never have met, but know in quotes. That will be great to meet up with. So I'm looking forward to it from that perspective, definitely.
Yeah, I can see that. It is interesting. I remember when I was at the SFW the second time I was there. Um, my channel on YouTube had gotten a bit bigger, a bit more viewers, and suddenly people started to come up to me and sort of, "Hi, Jacob.
Yes.
Who are you?" and thank you and great to see you. But how do we
Infamy.
know each other? Are we? So yeah, that was interesting. And fun, of course, and very flattering, but also confusing.
Yeah, it's a little bit like when I used to do. For many years, I was a photographic judge in local
Yeah,
camera groups around the area, and as a judge, you go to tens of different venues and see potentially thousands of people.
yeah,
And you might visit them once a year.
yeah,
And when you are chatting to somebody, you might not remember their name or what. I'm terrible with names anyway.
yeah.
But of course,
Me too.
for me, it's 1 to 1,000 to try and remember. Whereas for them, I'm the judge. I'm the one at the front. Everybody knows who I am, and they greet you like an old long lost friend, and you think, I've got no idea who you are.
Yeah, but thank you. I feel warmth, genuine warmth from you, and that's very nice.
Yes, I feel validated.
Yeah, I feel that I now exist in a way that I didn't before.
Yes,
which is wonderful. So that, but it is both flattering, of course, I think, and not a little confusing.
Yes.
But anyway, if people are there, come say hi. It would be great to.
I definitely remember the same with Mama's Bricks, who saw me at Scareback in 2019, and exactly. I really didn't know her very well then, but I'd recognise her in a crowd now. Obviously.
Yeah, I had the same experience exactly with her. She came up and said something to me, and I was just, thank you. Who are you?
And she told you, like, who are you?
and I even more intelligently I said, so you're here.
Priceless from Jacob. Priceless.
Yeah, it's just, which sort of, I think it underlines my sort of confusion and bafflement of being sort of recognized in that way. Just because, of course, she was there, but where else should she be? I mean, how would she have said anything to me if she wasn't there?
Indeed.
But it's classic in a way. Yeah. So that's
one of the. You'd say you're not coping well with your minor celebrity status.
No, I'm not. Definitely not. But I'm also realizing that it is at something like the SFW, I would be recognized.
Yes.
Just walking down the street, nobody would recognize me ever.
Yes.
Just much like your judge thing. That in certain venues you would be very much recognized, and others not so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so that's fine. I think in that way I'm coping. When I enter the SFW, now at least I expect some level of hi.
You go into fandom mode.
Yeah.
Prepare to meet your fans.
But I also the other way around happened as well, where I went there and sort of more or less knew that some of the people who were there were sort of big shots. But I had no idea who they were.
Right.
So having the appropriate amount of
deference.
Yeah, wasn't really there. I didn't know. I remember you introducing me to a guy who was big with the GBC stuff.
Yes.
You sort of said you should interview him because he's a big shot. And who? I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So show me whatever it is you do. Yeah.
Was that Tom Atkinson? I think was that.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. I know
Lovely,
him now.
really nice guy. Really lovely
really
guy.
nice guy. And that's just generally, I meet very nice people
Yes.
in this. So that's it's all okay, but it's just when you don't know. I once I took a French course, and that's not related to Lego as such, and we had a teacher who was very good at what she did and very skilled and a good teacher as such. And then in one we every half year we sort of move up one level and restart the course in a certain way, and there would be new students once in a while. And then once I immediately recognized it because she was quite famous in the 90s. This handball player came in
Okay.
called Anja Andersen, which was a very big name in the 90s in Danish handball. And I was like, to the person next to me, that's her, and we were both like, oh, it's her, oh my god, she's here to learn French. But the teacher was from France and had no idea who she was, and just reacted to her like,
best, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And in retrospect, this is fine. I believe that, this is the best way probably to meet people like that, because she's getting that. Oh, you're her all the time. It's gonna be annoying. But
yes,
just seeing that. Can I call it irreverence? That she displayed in not meeting her like that was just so.
I think irreverence has an element of deliberateness about it.
Yeah, but she wasn't deliberate.
She was just ignorant of it. Yeah. Not ignorant of who she was.
Who she was.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Nice. Look at this cactus.
Oh, yeah, it is. But that one looks like a real thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is vibrant coral.
Yeah.
Don't know how well it's showing up on the camera, but
it's okay. It looks pink. BB and Cass, I see Doc Sampson has arrived. Hello, Mr. Doc. Welcome. Good to see you. How's everything?
What's up, Doc? As they say.
How is everything in Duckland? Not duck, but Doc. Not quack, but Doc.
Duckland.
And Robin. No, that's not how it is.
No Robin Hull?
No, I haven't seen him today, unfortunately. Shame. He was lucky. He claimed last stream that he would get the Viking ship, and it seems that he did.
Yes.
A very lucky man.
You got Viking envy there.
Very much so. I'm waiting for a sale to get the Viking ship. There's a big chain of stores that's called Bilka here in Denmark.
Yes.
That
was the first store I went to when I arrived in Denmark, was Bilka, to see if they had any good Lego deals. They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't. No, it's usually there's about a week every year where they have a 30% off, sale, and I'm waiting for that. And if that doesn't come around this year, there's always the trusted BR Legetøj, which I talked about before, who will have a 20% off at some point. So I'm getting it, but I'm waiting till I can get either 30 or 20% off, because it is expensive. I like this. This is the front of the music part. Very nice.
Yes, that seems wise to wait for a deal if you can.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first things I learned when I got into Lego again after many years, is never buy full price.
Yes.
There's no reason for that. There will be a sale at some point. There we go. I think. Oh, there are still some detailing. Of course, I've got many bricks, so that's why. All right, 2 of those. But I think I am.
One store I will be missing this year is Loplet.
Yeah, unfortunately, they closed.
They did.
Because of the coronavirus.
I think the rent was quite high there as well, from what I heard on the grapevine.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Billund is not cheap, despite the fact it's effectively in the middle of nowhere.
It is in the middle of nowhere, but there is an airport, and that's why.
There is,
Yeah.
yes. And there's all sorts of people who want to come and buy your Lego there.
Indeed, indeed. I think the type of shop that it was has had a hard time generally in Denmark during the COVID, because there are other types, that shelf market, whatever you want to call it, where people rent out a shelf and you can buy their stuff.
I mean, we sometimes have things. There's one not too far from me that does antiques that's like that, where it's one big. It's an old mill building, but each sort of little bit has a few shelves, and then you'll go and pay somebody who's looking after 3 or 4 areas for somebody. But they're not that common here, I don't think.
No, but they are pretty common here, actually. And I think I forgot a brick. Yes, I did.
You've done it wrong as well.
No, I've not done it wrong. I just forgot.
Have you had any success with thrifting recently?
I haven't actually been thrifting this month, because I'm saving up for my summer holidays. So I'm trying to not buy stuff. I've had a no buy month, and I'm also going to have a no buy half of month until I'm going on holiday. Because I at this point I am very much regularly finding Lego secondhand, and if I just buy everything, I'll very quickly use a lot of money. It's good deals, I mean, no question about it, but it's still a lot of money. And as we talked about on the last time you were on here, there's the whole, I'm getting a lot of bricks I don't really need or not sure I'll be using. So there is that in it, and
it's much better for you to just target what you're buying from Bricklink and buy exactly what you need, rather than
that is definitely one way to do it, and I am very much thinking about doing that at some point. For now, I have an idea of use as much as what I've got already, to do as much as I can with the city and see how far I can get. And then once I'm sort of over that point, we'll see where it goes. But
so doing some more building like that, you get more of a feel for the kind of pieces that you regularly use and want. Rather than just true. Going out and buying a load of stuff,
And I do find that when you buy a big bag of what do you say? Big bag of bulk, where it's usually a lot of sets and there's a lot of specialized pieces. It's usually very hard to actually use. So you do end up having a lot of specialized, for instance, molded pieces and such, which of course you can use them. You can do something and then use them in that way. But usually, I think it's very hard to use molded pieces. I find myself reverting back to, oh, that's beautiful too. Cactus as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Kaylin Stone, hello. Hello, Kaylin. Good to see you. We are building different stuff. I'm building the diner, and Cass is building a bunch of flowers. I'm
building the succulents.
Yes, the succulents. And we are just right now we're talking about buying used Lego and trying to shall we say moderate buying, because you do get a lot of stuff you don't need when you buy used Lego in bulk, at least. So that's what we're talking about right now. And
I must admit, though, I'm finding that the Ninjago buildings that I've made for my Ninjago district, they are a great way of using some of the ridiculous pieces that I look at that you probably couldn't get away with using in a regular modular build.
and that is something I've been thinking as well, especially looking at your stuff. That there is a good chance of getting some of all that mold pieces and such used, just because it's such a diverse theme where you can have a lot of stuff going on.
Exactly. The more the better, really.
Sorry.
The more that's going on, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It gets very cyberpunky, I think.
Yes.
Which isn't bad. It's a good thing. So in that way, it's a great theme to work with if you have a lot of extra parts lying around, and I think most builders do. It's difficult not to end up with that, even if you just buy new parts. Say from Pick-a-Brick, for instance, you'll end up having leftovers, because who's counting at the Pick-a-Brick?
Yes.
if you do, I don't know what you are, but normal wouldn't be. So yeah, I am. No. Short answer is no. I haven't had any luck buying in thrift stores this month.
Fair enough.
But I will. I'm going to I'm going to Copenhagen in my holiday, and also going to Legoland, and of course the Lego house. So I probably will be buying some stuff there. I probably won't buy sets, but Pick-a-Brick I'll probably, because as I said, I'm waiting for sales. JK IRL says, personally, I find I get more creative having to use the pieces I have on hand rather than thinking big and ordering loads, which is one of my motivations for doing what I do as well, because I do find, just like you, that I do get more creative when I try to use what I have instead of just buying stuff. Once in a while, I'll think, there is a better solution here, and if I buy certain bricks, I can do something that's much nicer or much better. But I think other than that, I think mostly I can be very much satisfied with what I come up with, and feel a certain amount of satisfaction, especially because of that, because of having found a solution with what you've got.
Yeah. Well, certainly with the Ninjago stuff, I've almost exclusively built with what I've got rather than buying stuff. There were one or two tiny exceptions, like the most recent one. I wanted to build the laundrette.
Yeah.
And the big from the police station, the two big tiles with the laundrette's advert on it.
Yeah.
And indeed the soap and suds. There's a printed window from the brick bank that you can get as well.
Yes.
And so they're the only pieces that I've actually ordered specifically, because I didn't have them in my collection. But that was because I wanted to build a laundrette. And,
indeed.
I didn't have them already. But I think the only other things where I go out of my way to buy specific pieces have been recently for the monochrome habitats, because that was impossible to do from what I'd already got.
Yeah. And
generally I'm much more either inspired by big handfuls of Pick-a-Brick that I found, or what's already in the drawer. So
yeah, I remember you talking about with your micro builds that the Pick-a-Brick wall can be very inspirational in that, because you can get a lot of repetition going, which can be important in that kind of build.
Yes.
So in that way.
Also, sometimes it's easier to build with something than actually put it away.
It's true. Yeah. I remember JC of Small Brick City had this sort of running, shall we call it, joke, where he didn't want people to ask him how he stored his bricks. And I'm fairly certain that the ultimate point to that joke would be that he stored them by building.
Well, I joke about my micropolis like that as well. It's where I store my spare bricks.
Pieces. Yeah.
Although I have now got quite a few more stored properly, but
I have now finished step 4, I think almost at least. I need to add a few more things. It seems, and I will. Seems I've got some. Oh no, I have some 1x2s left over.
oh, Jacob.
I've got to check that out because I've certainly forgot something somewhere. It's just a question of where that somewhere is.
Yes.
That's also always annoying. It happens almost every time.
Pay attention.
Yeah, well, I shall try. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
As I said last time, you can't get the staff.
I can't get exactly. Where would I get the staff? Who would be building my Lego if not me?
You'd say hands off anyway, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. I'd lock them up down here with my minifigs. No, I would. That's just. Sorry.
I just dropped something. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Nothing too major.
As long as it's not a contact lens or something.
No, just the bit of stuff I was building.
Bit of grit.
A twirly tower with lots of 1x1s.
Oh, that's a nice color. Is it lime?
Lime green. Lime green, yes.
It didn't look like it. So where could I have forgotten 2 1x2s? Luckily, they do. Found it. It's these grill pieces. They need a couple of 1x2s beneath them to be at the right level. Whew! That was quick, luckily.
End of panic.
End of panic. Panic zeroed. So yeah, the roof and the car and the Elvis type singer dude is what I need to do now. And I will be doing that forthwith. I do like this. This is a very, very nice building. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you know who designed this?
I'm not sure. I think quite a lot of the modulars were designed before I really was paying attention to that sort of thing. So.
Okay. I don't know if it's Justin. I believe Justin Ramsden designed many of them.
Would you like me to look it up for you, Jacob?
Oh, that would be so great. I see Kaylin Stone has been chatting, and we haven't even noticed. How bad are we? Me.
I have no friends, Jacob.
Oh, that's why. So he says, I bought a massive bulk lot last year. I'd have to say that maybe 15% of it was non-Lego. Oh, that's not good. I found a few parts from the early days of Lego. It took me about 3 months to clean it all. Yeah, I know I know. Believe me, I know. I plan to make my own Micropolis once I get more space. Thanks, Cass, for the inspiration for that. Very good.
You fool! You think you'll get more space?
How will that work? The getting more space thing.
I don't know. I wish I could work it out.
So
yes, the designer for this was Mike Sacchi.
Well, sorry, I'm rustling. Just a minute. What did you say? The
designer is Mike Pizzacchi.
I have no idea who that guy is, but he's very talented.
He's the same guy that designed the new spaceship.
Oh, that guy. That guy with the glasses and the beard. All right. He seems like a nice guy. And he must have designed other things.
Oh yeah, lots. I looked it up on Brickset. There's quite a few of the designers maintain a list of the ones that they've built or the ones that designed.
That makes sense. It's a good sort of business card, calling card portfolio thing to have, isn't it? if they ever, and I don't know why they would, but if they ever want to change jobs, it's a good. Yeah, there we go.
I think early on in his career, it looks like he built quite a few of the smaller Creator 3-in-1 sets. I think that's where they start a lot of them off.
It seems like it. I think Justin made some of those as well.
Yeah, and then the bigger Creator things he did. Do you remember the bike shop and cafe? Like the two, 3-in-1 have got the smaller format modular buildings. They're not really modulars, but they're on like an 8x8 plate normally.
Yeah. The bike shop. I do remember bike shop, but can I
this
recall
one on screen?
it?
Have a look on my phone.
Oh yeah, that's before my return to Lego. But yeah.
Yes. Other bits and pieces, some aircraft.
Aircraft?
Oh, I think the first reasonable set that you might recognise the Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, that's him. Very nice. That is a nice set.
Mighty Dinosaurs.
Mighty Dinosaurs. Yum yum. Oh, and I see
the one where they recently recoloured it. Do you remember there was all that fuss where they did some different colourways of different sets?
Nope.
And the dinosaurs were mostly green, but they released them in the UK only in dark red or sand blue.
Okay. No, I don't. I think I had a break from the Lego world, for
yeah, there might
a year.
have been. It might have been. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure some of that stuff went on when I was out of it.
Carousel's one of his.
Oh, okay. So he has done some pretty impressive stuff, it seems.
Oh, the Saturn V.
Oh, okay.
Downtown Diner.
I thought the Saturn V was a fan set, but he redesigned it.
Well, yeah, it was part of ideas, wasn't it? But they still have a designer.
Yeah, sure.
That has to work on it. So.
Sure.
Aston Martin DB5.
Oh.
The big one. Creator Expert.
Okay.
Ford Mustang. Harley Davidson Fat Boy.
Wow. Okay. So.
Old Trafford.
The stadium
Ghostbusters Ecto 1. And the list continues.
Yeah,
Titanic.
Wow. Titanic. Okay. So.
He also had a hand in the castle as well. The big castle that's coming out.
Okay, so he is sort of the guy, isn't he?
He is one of the guys, certainly.
That's true. I see Kaylin says, I need to rent a larger apartment. Something more than 51 square meters. Yeah, it seems like it. Good day, Jacob and Cass. Can't stay, but wanted to stop in and say a quick hello, says Brooks Briggs. Well, hello, Brooks Briggs. Good to see you, my friend. Brooks Briggs is a steady viewer of the channel and has been for quite some time. He has a channel himself. You can check that out if you want to.
I've added some green minifigure posing stands.
Oh, like small flowers coming out of the skin.
Look, dent in my thumb.
Oh, wow. You've been pressing too hard.
I have. But if you're putting the stem of a minifigure posing stand into a hole like that, you have to push quite hard.
Yeah. That is one of the difficulties with Lego. I need a 1x6 and I can't find it.
I have to put 18 bright green eggs on them.
Yeah.
I have to say, some of these botanical sets, they look really good, but sometimes the building is wretchedly tedious.
Yeah, it gets repetitious, I think.
Do you remember the sunflowers that came out at the beginning of the year? I think it was.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
Built with the little minifigure paddle ends.
Yeah.
God, that was tedious to put together. They look really nice when you finished it, but oh man.
Yeah, I can imagine. I avoid those. I find them nice to look at, but uninteresting in regards to my projects.
Yes, sure.
I mostly do city building, so yeah.
Mm.
And I'm not sort of a gung ho fan that needs everything.
No. Well, neither am I anymore.
Sorry?
I kind of think neither am I anymore. I kind of think, well, where's it going, and what am I going to do with it when I've built it?
Yeah, there's a. I think it was, I don't know. There was someone who wrote FOMO in the chat previously. I think when we were talking about sets disappearing and such.
Yes.
And I think that was worse for me in the beginning of my return to Lego than it is now. I am more willing to say, well, if I don't get that, I don't get it. I won't do.
Really agree.
Yeah.
It might be a kind of phase that everybody goes through in their Lego journey.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I don't know if everybody eventually gets to that point, but
at least the fear of missing is I think that's something everybody feels when they return to Lego at some point. Especially if they've been away, I think people realize rather quickly that they've missed a lot actually by being away for a while. And
now, I mean, Lego seems to be prolific in what they're producing, don't they?
Yeah, it's sort of a golden age right now.
And it's really easy to think, oh, crikey, I must get that, I must get that, I must get that.
Yeah, because every new set, every new thing seems, iconic or, yeah. But, and that's...
I mean, I have...
You what?
I put things on my wish list, and then if I don't end up buying them that year, sometimes they stay on the wish list, but I'll go back to the wish list later, and then I think, well, if I haven't bought it by now, I probably don't really want it.
That's, I think, a good idea. That's a very good way to sort of sort out what you want and what you don't. I think there are some sets I'll leave on just because.
Yes, absolutely. There are some.
I do want those. But then usually it gets more and more problematic because I don't. Usually it's a question of me thinking they are too expensive. But if people want to give them to me as gifts, I'll say yes, thank you, of course. Yeah. But
or if you find them for a decent deal.
If you find them on a good deal, of course. But usually it ends up basically in the discontinued pile, and the chance of you getting it is sort of has a tendency towards zero.
Yeah. Sometimes you get lucky, but other times no.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's the finished number 8.
Looks like grapes.
They do, don't they?
I found a weird thing. We have there's a chain of bookstores here in Denmark that's called Bog og Idé, which means book and idea. And they've also at some point in time they merged with a toy shop chain that was called something like, which means play, something play. The play chain, and chain of course is a double play on the it's a chain of stores, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But anyway, and they paired up with them, and they still have toys in those bookshops at this point because they're actually still in cahoots with one another, and because it is a bookshop, they especially if you find one that's in a smaller town, you can often find discontinued Lego sets because they carry Lego as well. You can often find discontinued sets because they don't sell everything. They can't. It's just too small a place. But they won't.
And people aren't going in there to look for Lego either, are they?
Exactly. So you sort of have a leg up on that, and they're not sending it back They want to
Right.
sell it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you can rarely get it at a good price, but you can fairly often find discontinued sets,
Right.
which is good. So there is a chance once in a while to find something discontinued, and that's pretty good.
Interesting.
So I have had some luck in that way previously.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that store chain if I can remember it.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever in Denmark, besides being at the SFW, you'll need a guided tour. That's for sure.
I will.
So I'm making a roof. And that's good, because that means I'm done soon, which is also good. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one finished. I really like it. I like how they made the brickwork on the front from tiles and not just a load of masonry bricks, because
Indeed.
that would have been the easy way out to just use masonry bricks. I do love masonry bricks, don't get me wrong, but yeah. But an entire building made mostly from masonry bricks, I think, I don't know if boring is the word, but repetitive.
It's the easy way out, really, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's an easy way out.
Yeah. And I'm
Lazy
not sure.
Design.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's and it's not always really nice. Not always. I haven't. Justin Ramsden designed that new Sanctorum. Is that what it's called? Set, which was always also revealed at the Lego Con. And I'm not sure, because I haven't really looked in depth at it, if he used a lot of masonry bricks for that one.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it closely myself.
No, I'm quite reminded of GJ Bricks. He made a mock version of it, which looks very much like the Justin Ramsden.
Well, I mean, if you're working from the same source material, things end up looking like the same, don't they?
Yeah, and
I mean, GJ's not the only one to have done it either. I've seen quite a few, and I'm sitting here thinking, are they going to be salty because now Lego have brought out an official one, and they're thinking, oh yeah, do I buy it or don't I buy it? I've got my own.
I've got a couple of comments from Steve Puller. Yes, I agree. I'm not concerned about missing out anymore. Yeah, I really think it's a process, and at some point you just leave that behind. And JKIRL says 28 minutes till tomorrow. Will you make it today, Jacob? Ooh, that's a good question. So I've got less than half an hour to finish this up.
Well, it's all right, Jacob. I've got another hour here.
You got an hour? Oh, wow.
You've got another hour.
Ooh. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you're 1 hour behind.
Or it's tomorrow.
That's a time zone joke.
This is interesting. So these pieces here, you might not realise what are being used to
drills
and give us. Well, I don't know. Is it a drill or is it a gun?
One or the other.
I think it's a gun.
I think you're right.
They're protestations that Lego don't make guns. It looks like a gun to me.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest things to ever come out of Lego when they bought Bricklink and promptly made it impossible for people to sell those custom, weapons and such, under the guise of, well, we don't want any weapons. You've produced billions, literally billions of weapons in Lego for years. What is this shenanigan thing you're going with? That was weird. That was very, very weird. Do you think I'll ever get into the Lego Ambassador Network now?
I doubt it, my friend. I doubt it.
I have no wish for that. But
you can have opinions, but not in the Ambassador Network. No. That's a bit unfair, really. But there are certain things that you have to do. That
I have 6.5 hours until tomorrow, says Killing Stone. Oh, you must be very far away. I missed out on the Sanctum Sanctorum Peter Parker's apartment, so I'm actually looking forward to the new set, says Steve Boulder. Yeah, it might be a good way to get that. And it seems to me that this newer version is more complete. The other was more of a facade, if I'm not mistaken. And Bubba Brick says, hi all, and I'm saying hi to you, Bubba. Welcome. Welcome, my friend. Great to see you. Great to see you. Do. I'm building a roof. What are you building, Cass?
Another flower thing.
Oh my. You're building another flower thing.
It looks like this.
Ooh, yeah. It looks like a Lego flower.
It does. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very much so. Ooh. What? Oh, there we go. You know that thing where you can't see what you're actually looking at? Toronto, Ontario, Canada, says Kaylin Stone. Yeah, I've never been to Toronto. I've been to Vancouver once. Wonderful. And Edmonton and Calgary as well. Took a drive from Edmonton to Calgary. Actually, wonderful journey. Wonderful people I was with. So that was good.
On the other hand, I have been to Toronto 3 times.
Oh, how come?
But never anywhere else in Canada.
No, so why would you go to Toronto 3 times?
I went for a fan convention.
Oh, Lego fan convention?
No. This was in the late 1990s.
Oh, regale us with your stories of fandom from the 90s.
Before I was back into Lego.
Ooh, so what kind of fandom was this?
It was to see the folks from Due South.
And what is that?
Do you not remember the Canadian Mountie in Chicago with his wolf? Don't tell me you've never seen Due South, Jacob.
No, I've never seen Due South.
Oh my God.
How
cannot believe it.
I mean, I maybe sort of vaguely. And when was this on?
Mid to late 90s.
Mid to late 90s. So I would have been somewhere about 10, 15 years old.
Stop it.
It's not what I'm doing. I was just saying that's probably not why I wasn't interested.
I don't know. I think there was something for everyone, even maybe it was a bit young for you, but yeah, possibly. But.
So are you saying I was too young, or are you saying I'm not young enough?
Whatever.
No, to be honest, it rings a bell, but I'm not sure it was ever on Danish television.
Maybe not. This is true.
And that is a limitation of that. Been watching since 21:30. Literally just got the notification on my phone that says you're live. Wow.
Oh dear.
Wow. YouTube is doing great, isn't it?
Do better, YouTube.
Yeah. Do better. So, Due South. Oh Lord, that's an old comedy show, says Kaylin Stone.
Oh, don't make me feel ancient, you swine.
That's an old comedy show.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacob. And what does that make me, an old fan of an old comedy show?
I don't know. Maybe an even older fan.
Choose your words with care, my friend.
I am choosing with care. I don't care. That's the kind of care.
All I shall say is I was young and foolish. That's why I went.
Okay. I think.
Well, all right. I was younger and more foolish. How about that?
Well, you changed that, not me. No, what I
thinking,
was about to say is we've already established that there's a good reason I don't have any friends. So I
true
just
enough.
think we're at that part of the evening where you realize why, for real.
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting. That's what
I've
that
been
is.
there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just counted to 8. If
And
you
you
in
just
Danish.
counted in Danish too.
Yes, I did.
I know.
It
I
was very
recognise the
nice.
numbers.
It was
I
very
thought,
nice.
wow, he can speak his own language. How about
Yes.
that?
How is that even possible? I thought he was illiterate and mute.
You're a genius, my friend, a genius.
In that sense where I'm not and you're just poking fun at me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
And
I'm not
I tell you what does do my head in. That's numbers in
big
Danish.
stone.
Oh man.
Oh, because of the we're not really care about the 10. Our number system is not based on 10s, it's based on 12s, but we still count in 10s anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't even explain it to anybody else.
No.
Halvtred. I mean, halvtreds. Halvtreds?
Halvtreds.
Halvtreds.
Yeah. It's
What's that supposed to mean?
It's 50.
Why? Why? Explain to me why that's 50. It's half something.
Yeah. I don't even...
Isn't 100.
No.
Is it?
No. Tres is 60. But I don't remember the exact explanation for it, but it has something to do with the fact that a pound is 12. But other than that, I don't know. I don't remember.
Pound is 12 ounces. That sort of pound.
Yeah. So, but yeah, indeed, and the same.
That's kind of harking back to imperial measurements.
Not saying that it's not.
I didn't think you had anything to do with such stupidity.
Well, we are Denmark, so you know. What's going on here? I don't get this. So
Jeg taler altid.
You're always speaking?
Altid and the other one.
Never.
Never.
Aldrig.
Always and never. Aldrig.
Aldrig.
Yes. Can never remember which way around they are.
Excuse me, is this meant to... How on earth does that work?
Which bit's this?
It's this.
No, show me on the other camera. I can see better on the other camera.
All right. It's this.
Yeah.
This is the part of the roof with these, and this has these things. And it seems, in the drawing at least, that they are supposed to go around this and then go flat.
Would you like to see the example model, sir?
That would be great. Hold it. Oh, is that the other way around? Is that what it is? But that doesn't... Is that because of... Have I put this wrong? No, I haven't.
Well, you're supposed to have some round... You can see the dust. You're supposed to have some round 2x2 plates that they attach to.
Yeah, but then do I just... Is it easier to do it like this? Yes, it is. No, but that's not tall enough.
It's years since I built it. I can't honestly remember. But
no, that's fine. It's just...
What does the instructions say?
Something I don't understand.
Yes. Well, you take that off first. Now attach the... No, not to that. Attach the handle bit.
Yeah, sorry. I did.
To the round plate.
I did that, but that didn't seem to work the way that I thought it should. So there we go. This is the thing
Yeah.
that needs to be put on this. But how on earth do I put it on this?
Turn it. No. Keep turning. Yeah. So the bit with the black is at the bottom, yes?
Yeah.
Apply what you've got there in your right hand to the underside, but make sure it goes over one of those things.
But I can't, because if I do this,
Yes, you can. There you go.
No, because then it can't reach. You see, it seems to me, this is too tall.
Yeah.
And I've built it exactly as, or have I turned this upside down?
The trouble is, I can't pull mine apart to see how it's done.
I think I got it now. I think I've put these one peg too high. They need to be below.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got it now. Oh man, that was more complicated than it should have been. I don't know if I'll make it today. Then somebody, I don't know, was it Steve Poulder? Was it? What's in the chat, Cass? Is there anything interesting in the chat? You don't see the chat?
I can't see the chat.
You can't see the chat. Oh my god!
I can't see the chat.
You should.
Because I'm looking at the restream. I'm not looking at the YouTube.
But in restream, you should actually be able to see the chat. Weirdly.
I can see a private chat.
Oh, that's not the chat. No, somebody says do South. What?
I was full screen, so I could see what you were doing, and the chat doesn't appear in full screen.
Okay. But can you see something now then?
Yes, I can.
That's good. Now it's working.
Yay.
I figured it out. I am much intelligent. I have the brain.
I like JK IRL. If it makes you feel better, I remember seeing Star Wars in cinema with my dad in 1977. Yes, so did I.
Oh.
Due South was 1994. That's correct. Kaylin says, I'm almost 50. Lol. I remember shows from the 80s. Well, I'm the wrong side of 50, but only just.
Oh, well.
Mental age 12.
Mental age right place.
Yes.
Yes. Mental age playful. Lol.
Definitely.
I just got the Lego Modular Garage a couple of days ago, says Nolan Harris. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think Cass has that one. But did you say it wasn't your favorite, or?
I wasn't mad about it. I mean, it's okay, but
I think what I like is that what I like about it, I don't have it, but what I like about it is that it's a corner build that's not a 90-degree corner. That it has that angle instead.
Yeah. Yes, it doesn't have to be corner. No.
I think
this is clever. So all these bits fit together with these axles. And then this one, I wondered why this was a bit loose, because it's got a little hidey hole in there.
Oh,
so
that's very nice.
Extra axles in the bottom. But if you don't want to have them all attached to each other.
That's pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Although I think having them rattling in the middle of that would drive me mad, so I won't put them in.
Are you going to shake it around a lot?
No, but
but it will annoy me.
But I have a collection of, somewhere to put those things anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, I get it. Seems to me that I might be in a bit of a hurry if I'm going to make this today.
Maybe.
because I've got to do the complete car as well, and I'm not even done with the roof.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
Well, I mean, you could do something radical and finish it offline.
No, I must broadcast.
Well, in that case, you'll just have to put up with having another stream, then, won't you?
No. I will be finishing this in this sitting. There will be no stream, no more streams with this from me. I will finish. I will.
You're like a petulant child.
I'm not.
Stamping their foot.
I'm a grown man with good ideas and plenty
is that what you call them?
Plenty of will to do whatever he wants. It's a race for the finish. That's what we need. Stress, sweating, exciting.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yes.
You keep your sweating to yourself.
No, I will not. I will send it all the way to England in a big box, in a big cardboard box.
No, we shall return to sender. Don't many of that.
Maybe it's dry. Sweat. Maybe it's dried out once it gets to you.
Oh, please. we have to talk about it.
You started it.
I didn't talk about sweating.
No, well, okay. I started it, but you continued.
I finished anyway, look.
No, I won't.
Here we go.
I deny the fact that you finished.
Hold
I
on.
don't believe you. It is nice, though. Very nice. Do you know where you'll put it?
Stop asking awkward questions.
Okay. If you had a place to put it, where would that be? Now, if you could put it anywhere in the world, where would you prefer to put it?
Find a table for it somewhere.
Find a table for it somewhere. That's a good spot. Will there be
a windowsill? A windowsill would be good, wouldn't it?
A windowsill. Does sound nice, especially if you want discolored bricks.
Well, true enough.
Yeah.
I think I've had any of my Lego long enough for it to get discolored by the sun.
That'll be soon enough. Problem. So, did you learn any interesting techniques from it?
Yes, I mean the guns that aren't guns, that was quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
The cactus was nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I managed to acquire one of these recently, one of the Mario pipe things.
Oh yeah, pipe things, yeah.
And a plate to put on the bottom of it. So that looks exactly like a pot. And I might try and build something of my own that will.
Oh, so you'll do your own plant.
Go in there. Don't know what yet.
That's very nice.
Probably be cactus based.
Cacti based. Why cacti?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because
yes, please.
Down in this drawer here, I've got hundreds of these things, thousands. The little clips.
Yeah. They were at a pick a brick wall at some point. I remember this.
Yeah, God, I had them. Yeah, I got rather too many. I'm still using them up. I've been using them up for donkey's years. I've still got them. That's an interesting naughty connection.
A naughty connection. Ooh. Oh, those forbidden methods there.
Might not be legal, that one.
Well, didn't they say at some point that if you can put it together, it's legal?
Something like that. Anyway, if I can get some plates to put those on, and then make a central core, then that will look like a very spiky cactus, won't it?
Oh, yeah. Is it a special kind of plate you're looking for, or just any old?
No, I was thinking just something like these.
So you can get a plate.
I didn't realise I got any in the right colour.
What you do?
Apparently I do, yes.
All right. That is pretty good. Have you already started? You seem very concentrated all of a sudden. There we go.
This is what happens, you see. I don't put things away. I just start building.
You made the looking down your nose concentrating voice. Yes,
well, yeah.
I've seen.
It's a curse, I tell you. It's a curse.
That's good.
Build. I'm just build.
It's got to build more. Give me more. So here's the roof for the radio station thing.
Yeah.
Really cool. And it goes on top.
It's better now you figured out what you were supposed to be doing with it.
Yeah, indeed. Very much better. And now there's only the car left. And I've got 4 minutes. It's probably not doable for me, but I will give it a shot.
So are you going to turn into a pumpkin at midnight or what?
I'm going to turn into a car at midnight.
Right.
A pink Cadillac car.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to drive around the entire city where I live and go honk. Don't you know?
By the entire city, do you mean round your basement?
Shh. Why you always... Don't call me out like that. It's my stream. Why are you like that?
Sorry.
Don't be like that. It's typical Cass calling me out, not behaving. Here I am, inviting you to my stream, being a nice guy to most people.
Oh, here we go. Moan.
Round you come, just calling me out for different stuff, not even believing that my basement is a city. Yeah, typical.
JJ IRL. Did Jacob just turn into a 24-hour live stream?
Almost. Yeah, almost.
And then mental age Duplo, wallet age UCS. Sadly, I think I'm mental age UCS and wallet age Duplo.
Oh well, it could be worse. Could be mental age Belleville.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's why Lego is so expensive, as Danes have their own counting system.
Indeed. Yes.
That's the reason.
The conversion rate, it's just madness once you start counting in Danish. I'm sorry about that.
The thing is, if I could ever figure out what the system is, I might be able to remember it.
Yeah,
well,
you know, the thing
somebody
is,
can explain it to me. I just can't get it into my head.
But the thing is, most Danes don't even know that. It's some. Do you know why I know it?
No.
Because a Norwegian girl told me once. Yeah, a Norwegian girl who was learning Danish told me. She said, it's very hard to learn Danish numbers because of that weird system you got. And I said, and we were like, we were a group actually, and we said, what do you mean weird system? Yeah, you've got that 12 base system, but you're still counting tens. And we were all like, what? None of us had ever heard about it, not even in school or anything. It was just
hilarious.
Yeah, but for some reason they insist on teaching people who learn Danish that. The system.
Right.
But I think it's one of those things where, when you're learning French and you have to learn if it's a masculine or feminine, and your French teacher will at some point say, well,
it just is.
No, not like that. But in France, children know this, and they just know. They just know because that's how it is. There's no real reason. It's just something you have to know. And I think for Danes, it's that with the numbers. It's just we just know because it's been like that all our life.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But I do find if I can have it explained to me so that it makes, albeit possibly not much sense, but a slight bit of sense, then my head goes, okay, I can figure that out now.
Yeah, but that's
I
because you
need to
probably.
talk to your Norwegian friend.
Yeah, I think maybe that's because you're thinking that the system behind it will have some kind of logic, and that's why you think maybe it'll be easier to remember if you learn the system. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
But
just
then,
telling me it's cobblers.
yeah, but you have to remember it's Danish. There's not much logics. Uh, even even the is that called the gender of the names or of the
Yeah.
words is
Yes.
is is something. The rule is just broke. It's something like it's in if it's feminine, you say in,
Mm.
and if it's fælles when it's both masculine and feminine, what's that called?
Neuter.
Mute. Yeah, when it's that, it's it, and that's true in 75% of the cases. For the
Right.
for the 25% rest, you just have to know.
Yeah.
That's the rule. I mean, so yeah,
Although I am finding that the more I practice it, the more I get a feeling for, oh, that's got to be in or it.
yeah, indeed, and that is the way to
So
do it because the rule is just bonkers. I realize now I've sort of gone half a step ahead, and I'm building another half of another step simultaneously, which is not very effective for getting this done.
It's not the end of the world, he says, but
it is the end of the world as we know it. Is that a REM?
Somebody like that.
Yeah, probably is. I think I'll be done in about 5 minutes tops. So I almost made it today, which is almost good.
5 minuter.
Yeah, 5 minutter. That's Danish and means 5 minutes. Beep, 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 beep. Put that there. I do like a good pink car like this. I think it's cool in that Elvis flamboyant cool way. Not sure.
I had a pink Cadillac as my wedding car years ago.
Oh, was it
with cream leather seats?
Oh, sounds perfect.
It was very funny. Well, we hadn't told my mum what was coming to the house, and this pink Cadillac turned up, and she screamed, "Oh, that can't be for us!" and tried to send it away.
Get out of here! There's another car coming.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, mums.
Indeed.
But
it wasn't. I mean, we didn't have far to go, so it was fine. It was a convertible, so thankfully the weather was good.
Okay.
And she was going, I can't possibly. She actually didn't go in the Cadillac. She went in there was another, what was it, Lincoln, I think, which white with red leather seats.
Oh, yes.
And so the rest of the party went in that, and she got this enormous hat on, as mothers do at weddings.
Sure.
And she was like, "Oh God, it's going to blow away."
Oh, because it was open tops.
Yeah, but we crawled along at about, I don't know, 10 miles an hour or something, so it was fine.
Oh, sounds beautiful in its own weird way.
It was very 90s, put it that way.
Yeah. There was a certain style in the 90s that sort of, it hasn't aged well.
I didn't have a mullet in those days, you'd be pleased to know.
I did. So I had one of those, where you would leave one strand of hair in the neck.
Yeah.
Sort
Yeah.
of, you know,
Oh yes.
20 strands, just one long
Tail,
whip.
as it was known.
Yeah. We called it a whip, directly
Mm.
translated. That was disgusting. Looked very
You go
bad.
with the less is more approach now, aren't you?
Less is more. Oh yeah. No, I just one morning I woke up and all my hair had fallen from the top of my head to the bottom of my head. And that's just
I see.
that's what happened.
Right.
Sudden hair drop.
And if you believe that,
I'll tell you another story you won't believe. Wow. Is it hot in England?
not at the moment. No, it was really hot for about a day, and then it stopped, which is fine because I hate it really hot.
Oh, all right. We are having 20 plus degrees Celsius at the moment regularly. It's
I mean
darn
that's yeah. These days, 20 plus I can cope with. It's when it goes up over 30 that I just can't stand it.
That's death.
It is.
We had 30 degrees just this weekend. I mean, no, 27, 28 this Sunday. That was just too much.
See, anything under 25, it's nice. If there's a little breeze, I can cope with that.
Yeah.
25 to 30, it's like, oh, really? And then above 30, it's like, oh, God. I literally just don't go out because I burn really easily. I hate wearing sun cream because it's disgusting. And then I just stay in the house.
I remember I was in Egypt some years ago.
Oh,
Naively, I brought a sweater because I thought it might get chilly at night. It never dropped below 35, and there was a heat record that year. 50 degrees in the shade, mind you.
No.
Yeah,
I just
50 degrees.
do it.
I was just, I stayed indoors. I tried to go outside, I think for half an hour, and I was just dead. I just dead. I had to go inside again. That was horrendous. Horrendous.
Do you guys factor in humidity? Fortunately, the UK doesn't get ridiculously humid, but it is absolutely dreadful when it does.
We have very high humidity in Denmark because Denmark is small enough, so everything is considered a coastal area. So we have a very high humidity always, always above 70% outside, basically.
What else is? But I know it's not as bad as some places, definitely.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm exaggerating just a bit, but regularly we do get these 70% or 80 actually. True. This is the last thing. I'm thinking the last thing now, Cass. I'm really getting done. Are you on the I'm building a cactus thing?
I'm just noodling around with a few plates. There we are.
Ah, great idea. I like that. I like the interspersed pink flower pieces. That's a great idea.
I don't know if I've got that many more actually.
If you got that fat many more?
I don't know if I've got that many more. I'm running out.
I can see stuff that's wrong here. That's good. That's what happens when you scramble, isn't it?
That'll kick you back.
Yeah, well, it's not that bad. I've got 2 blue 1x1 bricks that I haven't managed to put in anywhere. But I'm fairly sure. Sorry?
Says right now in Toronto it's 28, but feels like 34 with humidity. I seem to remember that when I went to Toronto, my 3 visits was in August, and it was very humid then, and quite hideous.
I am missing a brick, and it's of course a transparent 1x1 round tile.
Okada. I apologise for my yawning. I was up very late last night running a workshop for some folks in the States.
Darn. Well, it's probably here somewhere, but I'm not going to be able to find it right now. I will do a search tomorrow, I think. Oh, that's why. It's not supposed to go one by one transparent round tiles on
You
this one.
put it in the wrong place.
Yeah, no, I tried to add more than there was actually meant to be. So, yeah, so that makes sense. Whoop. And tires. And where? Oh, do you see anything wrong here? How about there?
Oh, gaping hole. Have they had an accident?
Yeah, well, that happens. It's how Cadillacs were designed back in the 50s. Big holes in the side. It's for ventilation, for hot weather.
I see.
It's very smart, actually.
What madman leaves minifigures to last? Jacob.
Yeah, I know. But I was just. I know. I cracked. That's what it is. I cracked under pressure.
Missing. It's probably tucked into one of the wheels.
But it wasn't missing. It turned out I was trying to build more than was actually in the instructions. So I was trying to use bricks that weren't supposed to go on. So that's good. So now all I need to figure out is where those two blue, these. I have two of these left, which I don't know where needs to go. But once I've found that place, I will be ending tonight's live stream. I will have a new video up on Monday, as usual. And you can catch that if you will. And Cass, when will your next video be up?
Oh, good question. Well, I do have to film this in Ninjago district, otherwise why have I bothered with it? So hopefully by the end of the month.
By the end of the month, all right.
I've got a Lego show coming up, and I've got a review to do and other things. So
all right.
It's a bit busy at the minute.
Yeah. There's some blue here, and there were two of those. I know where it was. It's in here. Inside the roof. Yep. Of course. There we go. And can this just be squeezed in there? No, but I can do this. There. And there. So close. So very close. And oh, I didn't make it within the 5 minutes I said.
Oh no. What now? Disaster.
Here we go. This, the last part of this. Car is finished. I have no pieces left over. I am now officially done making the diner. Hooray! I will briefly do the thing where it is mostly diner.
There's your diner. There's my succulents.
Sorry. You're getting in the corner now because I'm showing off the diner. It's my stream. My stream. So here we go. That is the diner, and it is great. And we will show off Cass's wonderful succulents as well. Ta-da! Yeah, I like those. Cass, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And with that,
I did it myself.
Wonderful. I did mine too. So yeah, with that, I'll say thank you for coming, Cass. It was wonderful to have you here once again.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. More than welcome. Hope to see you some other time. And yeah, to all of you viewers out there, thank you for sticking around. It was great to have you with us. And yeah, please be safe. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you folks next time. Bye.